Come on, man, just get this over with. You will feel so much better to put this behind you.
I know, pimp squirrel.
For this review, I will be referring to this as Berserk 2016 Season 2, since it is the continuation of the previous season of Berserk that aired in 2016. Shin Itagaki remains the director, and the same studios and pretty much the cast and crew from before have returned for another season of this abominable adaptation of a well-illustrated manga.
If you have seen my review of the previous season of Berserk 2016, you already know how I feel about the visual presentation. It looks like shit because of the over-reliance of CGI in the animation.
The music, once again, is done by Shiro Sugisu, and he pretty much uses the same work he did before from the past compositions he made for Berserk. Susumu Hirasawa provides a song just like he did in the previous season, but this time it is Ash Crow. And just like Hi-Yo from the previous season, Ash Crow usually kicks in when Guts is about to wreck someone's shit. And I got tired of the typical use of this insert song quickly, just like in the previous season with Hi-Yo. But I don't have a problem with Ash Crow being used in episode previews. The overall sound design has not improved since the previous season. Some of those loud clang-clang sound effects are back, but there is at least one occasion where proper sound effects are used. But too little, too late. The original Japanese cast provides consistent voice acting quality since the Golden Age films. As for the English dub, much like the previous season, I am still not impressed with Keiji Tane as Guts. Casca still makes noises and has no dialogue. And Griffith does have a little more dialogue this time around. And even though Steve Staley is not a bad choice for Griffith, he sounds nothing like Kevin T. Collins from the past Berserk dubs. It will be odd to go through this point in transition between these two voice actors when watching the modern anime adaptation of Berserk. The rest of the English dubcasts sound decent, which I have come to expect this time around.
You know what? I don't blame you for having this review turn out shorter than the previous Berserk review. This second season is more of the same shit from before.
Thanks for your observation, pimp squirrel.
While most characters are what fans come to know by this point, Berserk 2016 Season 2 reveals some background information of Farnese and Serpico, which explains why they are inseparable throughout the series. And this background information also explains why Farnese is not mentally sound in the previous season, as her childhood is quite insane. By far the character who did make quite the impression with Berserk 2016 Season 2 is Shirke. There are a few reasons why I liked her as a character quickly. One, she makes a monkey out of Isidoro, who is of course the little shit he has been since his introduction. And the other reason is because her background is explored shortly after she is introduced. When Guts and his party arrive in the mansion of the Spirit Tree, that is when we learn more about Shirke. And from a story perspective, in Season 2 of Berserk 2016, this is some good stuff. Another point of interest with characters is some of the tension with Guts and Casca after a couple bandits try to rape Casca, and Guts becomes overwhelmed with anger and almost tries to rape Casca as well. Isidoro and Puck are still not great as comic relief characters, and there's also Sonya, who, as far as I'm concerned, is a character that goes nowhere as long as there is no third season of Berserk 2016.
Because of the way that the previous season was handled, I did not give a damn on how this story was being handled here. because in the previous season, the Black Swordsman arc and the Lost Children chapter of the Conviction arc were omitted, which made the events in the previous season of Berserk 2016 rushed. As for the second season of Berserk 2016, it adapts the first half of the Millennium Empire arc.
Had Berserk 2016 been given a proper adaptation instead of being played with bad CGI and a rushed screenplay, I would not be as bitter towards these two seasons of Berserk 2016. Guts and Griffith's reunion in the beginning may have kicked off the season on a high note, but the action-heavy episodes after that are just not that effective. And of course, this is because of the poor presentation of these two seasons of Berserk 2016. The part I do like a good deal, to some degree, is everything to do with the mansion of the Spirit Tree. We get to learn about the use of magic in the storyline, and it serves Shirka's character a good deal. Berserk 2016 Season 2 also introduces the Berserker armor, which doesn't look as awesome as it appears in the manga because the animation has been shit since episode 1 of Berserk 2016! Like I said before, it only adapted half of the Millennium Empire arc, and I don't give a shit if the story continues or not. At the end of the day, fuck Berserk 2016! All of it!
I'm shooting a 2 out of 10 for Berserk 2016 Season 2. And now my review of Berserk 2016 Season 2 can drift off into the sunset. And what a shame that this is the most recent Berserk anime that anyone is ever going to get. And I've already made this point before, and it bears repeating, but the manga is known for its artwork. The art alone in the Berserk manga is the one constant throughout its entire serialization that has been lauded. The artwork is amazing. It's phenomenal. It's worth looking at. And Berserk 2016 should have never looked this shitty in comparison. And I implore you to experience the manga if you have not done so. Avoid Berserk 2016. Avoid everything. Avoid both seasons. There's no reason to watch them. Just read the manga, for crying out loud. And that's all I'm saying about Berserk 2016. I'm done talking about this piece of shit. So I'll be reloading for my next review, so until then, see you later.